Good morning, everyone. So today, this is going to be a different video. Today, I am introducing you to the only light I swear you will ever need for crocheting again. The company that makes this light reached out to me late 2021 and asked me if I would be interested in doing a quick review of this lamp. So I've had other companies reach out to me in the past, and although I'm very appreciative, I only want to introduce you guys to things that I think will benefit you. So I went on their website, I read about the lamp, and I was thinking, this looks pretty good. Could it be too good to be true? But the one thing that they had said over and over again was that they wanted an honest review. So I thought, sure, let's give it a go. So they sent the lamp and it arrived super fast. It came packaged so well, and my husband put it together for me. There was only 2 pieces. Yes, I could have done it, but he's the handyman around here, so I'm like, hey, go for it. So it's 2 pieces that you screw together. Now, I used this lamp for a couple of weeks and kept in touch with the company, and they asked me how it was going, and I said, great. But there was only one thing. They asked for a simple review in the middle of one of my videos, and honestly, I was so blown away by this lamp and all the different ways I wanted to use it. I was so excited that I said, can I have a bit more time, because I think I want to do a full video review on this lamp. And again, they said, no problem, take your time, as much time as it needs. We only want honest reviews. So today, my friends, I am giving you an honest review of this lamp. I just want to inform you and introduce you to it. And if it solves all your problems, as it did mine, I will be so happy. So let's get into the video. There are truly so many great features in this lamp, but I'm going to start with the one that I actually use the most. Now let me start off by saying that I have moved this lamp to every location in my house because I love it. It is a heavy lamp, but it is totally worth the effort to move it around. But where I ended up having it was actually on my nightside table, because every night that I get into bed, I crochet. And in my bedroom, I either had really bright lights, the above headlights, or I had the lamp that was hanging on the wall beside my bed, and that didn't give off enough light, and even if I directed it, not nearly enough. So when I'm in bed, I do not want a bright light that's going to be keeping me awake. I want to have a soft light, but enough light to work by. So what this lamp has is it's like an ambient light sensor. So they initially made this because it was to be used for monitors. But what it does is it detects the level of light in the environment, and it adjusts its own output to reduce any contrast and glare on the screen or reflection. But if you're not using it that way and you're just using it as a crochet lamp the way I do, what it does is it adjusts perfectly to the light in the room. So it's not too bright, not too dark. It's easy on the eyes. And with the way that you can move the arm around, you can actually adjust the direction of the light. So sometimes I'm more tired than others, and I need the light more direct on my project. And if I'm working with a darker color, then I just aim it more at the project, but I don't adjust the light output. I let the lamp detect that on its own. And then other times I don't need as much light. I might have a little bit of light coming in from the window or something, and then I can shift it away. But this feature is by far my favorite. I feel like by using this feature, I never get strain on my eyes, and the lighting is always perfect. And again, going to bed at night, I don't want a bright light that's going to keep me awake. Another really nice feature, I know it seems so silly, but when you tap the light on or off, it slowly dims off and it slowly lights up. So if you're waking up in the morning and it's still dark in your bedroom, this lamp is a very gentle light that wakens you. So I love that about it as well. The next feature that I absolutely love about this lamp is it's got a huge range for covering your work area. So a 35-inch lighting range. Now I'm going to post some pictures here so you can see the difference of the workspace. But like a lamp that's just standing on your side table, the light is normally directed down. Now I have used the other ones that have a clamp and you can direct it, but I find sometimes that the light is too focused. And when it's too focused, like a spotlight, I find it hard on my eyes. So this has a really soft range of 35 feet. So for me, that can, if I'm working with a project in my lap, that can light up the whole project, which is nice as well. So your eyes relax a little bit, having that softer, wider range of light, which again, for me is huge. I'm always conscious of my eyes and getting headaches, and I want to keep the strain on those reduced as much as possible. So they get this big wide lighting range because of the shape of the lamp, which is like a smile shape. So it's about 150% wider than typical lamps, which is huge. So I think that that's beneficial to any artist, whether you're drawing, sewing, crocheting, anything. That softness of that light and the wide range of the light makes working just so much easier. And I'm sure there's a lot of crocheters out there that you're crocheting even if you're tired, whether it's you're on a deadline or you're excited to see the project done, whatever it may be. And we keep working away. So having a light that's just gentle and nice to work with is really helpful. Now, another great thing about this light is that you can adjust the color temperature. And again, if you're working on a deadline, whether it be for a business or for a gift, you can pump the lighting to the coolest setting, which is really nice. You get this bright white light that will help to keep you alert, and you'll see your stitches really great. And I like the white light also for any photography or video that I'm doing. I find it blends nicer with any natural light that's coming through the window. So that's a great benefit to having the white light as well. Having the white light too, sometimes I feel like you can see your stitches a little bit better with the white light. It shows any imperfections a little bit easier. So if you've made a mistake, you might be a little bit quicker to catch it when you're using the white light. Now that could just be me, I don't know, but I do find the warm light, although very good for my eyes and very relaxing. Sometimes I don't catch things quite as quicker as I would. Now, this isn't a benefit that the company has written about the lighting, but I do know that there's a lot of other benefits of the white light because it mimics what's coming from the sun. I think that in general, it's really good for us. I think it helps improve moods, it's increasing energy levels, and I'm not saying that this for sure, but anybody who is affected by seasonal affective disorder, it might be nice to have this white lamp beside you. I can't say for sure if it works or not, but it being white light, it might help a little bit. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have the warmer color temperature. Now, this is the one that I would say 75% of the time I go to if I'm going to be sitting and crocheting for hours. There have been tests done that show that the warmer light is much easier on people's eyes, and it can reduce the strain, and it can help alleviate symptoms from working in a really bright light like fatigue, headaches, and blurry vision. And it reduces that eye strain that will bring all these symptoms on. In one study, there was participants who were exposed to a warm and cool light, and the results showed that the group exposed to the warm light had less eye strain and reported feeling more comfortable. Another study, though, found that exposure to bright and blue enriched light can worsen eye strain problems. So you'd have to figure out which works best for you, which is the great thing about this lamp. You're not stuck with only one temperature of light. It is a complete range. So you can go from a super warm light to like a heading towards a coolish light to a very cool light. So you can play with that until you find the absolute best for your eye. Now, as well as the temperature adjustments, you can also adjust the brightness of the light. So for example, if you're in daylight but you need a little bit more light, setting it to its maximum output could just give you exactly what you need. But if you're working in the dark and you need the light to be softer, you can absolutely turn it down and get that soft light that you need. So I can't think of any other adjustment that they could have put on this light to make it any better. Like, it truly has you covered for everything. So I have tried the OttLite in the past, and my eyes just couldn't handle it. Like, it was just too bright, too concentrated. Sadly, it was good for like little things, like if I needed to just do a few stitches, or I needed to thread a needle, or when I used to do my clay work, I would have really small intricate pieces I was working on, and that was really good just to do for a few minutes. But unfortunately, I just found that I couldn't use it long term. One last thing I want to mention about this lamp is that it was originally made for people who are working on monitors and electronics for a long period of time to help reduce their eye strain. So if you're like me and you're reading your crochet patterns off of a computer or off of an iPad, the way this lamp distributes the light and the type of light, it reduces that glare as well. So that's just one other little beneficial feature if you're working off of an iPad, that you can easily read your pattern or draw or do whatever you're doing on your iPad in comfort, and you don't get that light bouncing off the screen like you do with a lot of other lamps. So to me, that's a fantastic feature, because another thing I do is I draw a lot in Procreate at night, and I do that on my iPad, and sometimes the glare can be so strong that you can't actually even see what you're doing. So this lamp is great for that as well. So I just wanted to throw that in there before I moved on to the next awesome beneficial feature. So the next thing I want to talk about is the flexibility of this lamp. Now, this isn't particularly new because there are a lot of lamps that have swing arms and whatnot, and I have used those too, and I have found that I get them into position and they slowly creep. They slowly kind of shrink down and move. Now, it has been, I'd say 6 or 7 years since I used that type, because the one I had got extremely hot. My kids were little. It took one burn for me to get it out of the house. But this lamp, it is sturdy. The base is super heavy, so it doesn't go anywhere. And then it has a ball joint and torque springs that keep it really tight, like, so you can move it into position, but it doesn't feel flimsy at all. You get a little bit of resistance when you're moving that arm, and you know that wherever you direct it, it is going to stay in place. The base has never moved on me, not once, and I constantly swing it around. Either I want more light or I want less light, or I'm getting out of bed and I swing it out of the way, and the base has never budged. And once I get it into position, if I'm filming, if I'm doing photography, it stays exactly where I want it to be. And the ball joint up at the top of the light allows you to angle the light. So you can move the light and angle it to wherever you want it to be. So you can swing the arm around and angle the light. I have never had a lamp that I can move around into so many different positions. And if you're like me and you're doing multiple things that you need light sources for, having one light to be able to do that is priceless. In fact, my ring light has been sitting in my room since I got this light. So I have a filler light that I used to use. I have the ring light. I actually have a light that I used to put in my entire room for ambient light, and I have been able to stop using all of those. Now, when I'm filming, I do have a big window beside me, so that is a nice source of light as well. But this has just been an amazing light to add, and I can, like I said, I can give it more light or less light. So anyways, that feature to me is priceless. Having one light that I can work with and move it to anywhere I want is so great. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to touch on is the aesthetics. So when I got mine, I was able to get it in a beautiful rose gold. I'm not sure if they're still offering that, but they had the rose gold, silver, and blue. But I have a feeling they have more colors than that as well. So you may want to check out the link if you're thinking about getting one. But it's such a simple design. Now I have I guess you would call my aesthetic of my home like a farmhouse. But it's so simple that it doesn't even seem out of place. Like nobody would walk in to my home and think, why does she have this work lamp in the middle of her living room or on her nightside table? It's a super sleek design, and in my opinion, it can easily blend into any decor. So I like my stuff to match, but this works well. So now, after all of that being said, I do want to mention that this is not exactly an inexpensive light. It's $229 right now, but you can make payments on it, and that is for the swing arm desk lamp that I have. They also have more of a basic lamp, which is $183, but I can tell you I will never be buying another lamp because this one just absolutely checked all the boxes for me, and I can't imagine wanting anything else. But this lamp is going to last you. It is built for 50,000 hours of light time. I'm not sure how many days that is. I should check it out. But that is a long, long time. So it's an investment in your eyes, in your health, in your productivity. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this, and this one on your wish list for any special occasion that you have coming up. Anyways, that's it for today. Until next time, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.